Today is December 17th. Yankees are interested in Bellinger and Hoerner. Bullpen additions, rumors galore. Let's talk Yanks.
Jomboy and Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, theme, and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talkin' Yanks with old Jomboy, Jomboy and Jake. Talkin' Yanks with old Jomboy, Jomboy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks, which is brought to you by SeatGeek. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake, BBD, producing away, and we're here to talk about the New York Yankees, the world's team, according to my count of Yankee hats in Australia, and counting Australia as the whole world. Jake, how are you?
James Davis, everyone tuning in, thanks for subscribing. We appreciate you. Yeah, America's, Australia's team, the pennant winners. People aren't talking about that.
No one's talking about
Because nobody
that.
talks about that
No,
anymore.
Judge's ball sold for $43,000. Done.
Back in the, if talking Yanks in the 50s, Yankees win the pennant.
Yankees win a pennant. Yeah,
It's a big deal.
especially maybe like in the teens when the World Series was like a gag.
Right.
It was like, you win
Oof.
the league. Yeah. You know, like the first Super Bowl, no one showed up. If you want to show up to the Super Bowl, you can use SeatGeek. They're sponsoring today's episode.
$28 million is a lot.
That's a lot of money.
That's a ton of money.
Let's
They
pivot.
have 28 million downloads.
A lot of downloads too.
That's a lot of downloads, and it's probably, I mean, the money there. I haven't done it. What you need to know, it's the #1 rated ticketing app in the world, and there's been a lot of debate already what the world is on this episode, so I'll let you decide that. But they are #1, 70,000 events every single day, sports, concerts, festivals, whatever has a seat, they are the geeks. That means they rate them 1 to 10. Oh, this one's good. This one's bad, man. We even color code them. You didn't like a number system? Green, good, red, bad. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Make sure you go to SeatGeek, code YANKS15. You'll get 15% off your order. So what are you waiting for? 15% off any SeatGeek tickets, whether you're a new customer or not. Take out your phone, open the SeatGeek app, add code YANKS15 to your account. I don't think I have. I think I'll do that right now. YANKS15, 15% off your next order at SeatGeek.
Let's talk Bellinger.
Okay.
Here's the order of events. Yanks don't land Soto. Yanks get Max Fried.
Yeah.
Yanks trade for relief pitching. Yanks still need 3 bats. Yanks have more ammo to trade for bats. Yanks are in discussions with the Astros for Tucker. I didn't think that was really going to manifest itself. The Cubs are trying to ditch Bellinger and his money. The Cubs trade for Tucker, who is higher production than Bellinger the last couple years, for significantly less money.
1 year.
That means even more likely, or almost guarantees, I think, that the Cubs are trading Bellinger because now they have 2 guys and they're trying to get off money. Right. Yanks need to get Bellinger, my opinion. Then there's rumors that Nico Hoerner might be thrown in as well. They seem to be doing a lot of dancing here, Jake, because someone in the office yesterday asked me, like, I don't get it. If the Yankees are going to spend money on, like, Alonso, why don't they just pay for Bellinger? It's the same thing. And I was like, well, they don't want to pay for all of Bellinger. They want the Cubs to eat some of the money,
Right. Because
that also means the prospect they send over is less. Where the Cubs saying, no, eat all the money. No. The Cubs want them to eat all the money and get a prospect. And the Yankees are like, no. You eat a bunch. The more money you eat, the better the prospect. And I think that's where the scale is trying to level out.
Yeah, and I think it's important to know Bellinger, center field, first base. We've done all that stuff before. But with the Chicago Cubs and them getting Kyle Tucker, I know, that news it got to you in Australia late, but it was the Cubs in Houston. Or Cubs, Houston, and the Yankees. Like, if the Yankees weren't named the Yankees probably have Kyle Tucker. Houston was openly petty about it, and good for them. That's kind of how sports are supposed to be. Like, if Houston was asking us for Judge or whatever, we'd be like, no, screw off. Definitely not them. So they went to Chicago, which I hope, if you are the Yankees, I realize you still have needs, and we're going to talk, at the end, some of the free agent rumors. But if that's the team that got Kyle Tucker because they were prioritized over you, you shouldn't be upping your Bellinger payment or demands. Like, you kind of got screwed by them, and they need to move someone. They currently have a ton of outfielders and first basemen. That was rumored to be originally Seiya Suzuki was rumored to be in the Houston deal. He is not. The Cubs have a surplus of outfield. Now, you do want to be careful because the Yankees do have a lot of needs, and Bellinger can kind of check every box they're looking for, lefty, first base, and outfield. But his contract is currently borderline of what he would get on the free agent market, that now that the Cubs took Tucker from you, you shouldn't be giving in to any of their demands, whether that's financially or prospects.
And I think that's the balance. Have other teams been rumored? Because I've been in Australia.
That's the thing, because like John Heyman said, currently it's staring match be over this at least $10 million in space of how much the Cubs should eat. And on the Yankees end, they're like, what? Trade him to another team then, because there are no rumors about another team being deeply involved.
To me, it feels like the Sonny Gray trade in 2017, where it was like, there's no one else involved in a rumor for 3 weeks now, or 2 weeks. Like, it seems like it's going to happen, and eventually it did. Also, just how much Bellinger fits. That's the other thing, Jake, is like, the Cubs can say, hey, you need 2 outfielders and a first baseman, and we have the one guy that helps you offensively, defensively in all of those places.
Right.
Because if they want to pivot to other places, it's spend big money, or it's you lose defense, in Santander and some of the other outfield areas. So, like, in my opinion, they need Bellinger.
Right, and there's flexibility behind it too. It's with the other players in free agency, whether it's Christian Walker or whoever else you're looking to add to this team, Bellinger allows you to audible. You could bring in Belly, and then, okay, we couldn't find a first baseman, so you're playing first, and okay, this guy did become available. So yeah, in my head, that was the first next move, but the Yankees owe the Cubs nothing.
I agree. I agree with that. I'm just saying, I think that's why the Cubs are trying, seeing if anyone bites to make them desperate, because there's no time limit on this.
Well,
they can
2 months till
they can wait out an injury in spring.
The other thing if you're the Yankees, I would be, and we've been wondering their secret third option move all year. Ask for Ian Happ. Hey, if you guys are looking for payment for Bellinger, well, that's none of our business. We'll pay you a little bit for Happ, who's getting $20 million the next 2 years. And he's a Gold Glove left fielder, switch hitter that
has let off
less flexibility, but fits our needs better. So if you're the Yankees, you could do that dance with them. But yeah,
well, they want to compete, right?
The Cubs?
Yeah.
They traded for 1 year of Kyle Tucker. They're trying to be,
and it's 1 year of Belly because, well, he can opt in.
It's a max. It's a max of 2 years of Belly.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's the Bellinger conversation's interesting because we just did some supply and demand, which all of our econ professors, thanks for tuning in. It's not like Belly's currently slotted as their 3-4 hitter. Like it's Ian Happ, both these guys are top of the lineup guys for them. And Bellinger's the one that they want to trade. That's why he's on the table, and that's why the rumors are out there. But if you're the Yankees, again, like, you can, Brian Cashman sending his silly gifts, like, get those Ian Happ gifts going. Like, he would be a better fit for our team. That was all the talk after Soto. But it's probably going to be Bellinger. And then the Nico Hoerner part is super interesting because he's on the books for essentially $12 million the next 2 years. So now, how much of that? I mean, you'd assume, and he's essentially worth that value. He's been about a 4-WAR player. A lot of that comes from defense and contact. He's been around a league average hitter with a higher batting average, lower slugging than a lot of guys, but he's won the Gold Glove at second base. So, okay, are we bringing in Nico, Hoerner, and Belly, and then, the Cubs are essentially, that $10 million in your head, if you could say that mentally covers Nico Hoerner, it feels like there could be a really nice trade to be had there. And I don't know, there are other rumors that they have on the Nico Hoerner front. So that has to be a fun little front office dance of
do you think
whose value is what, where does the money go, and then what prospects are you getting back? That I don't know. I know there's a lot of excitement because it seems like a fit, but I could also see there's almost too many moving parts that it could kind of get ugly for both sides.
Yeah, I would welcome Nico Hoerner because I want the defense to be good, and he's a good bat. Like, he's kind of what Glaber was last year because Glaber didn't have pop, but had average in the second half when Glaber got good.
I think the joke around the office, this isn't me saying this, but I think
other people are saying this, not me.
Name them.
This is
me.
Nico Hoerner would be the IKF people thought we were getting. Like, plays really good defense, doesn't strike out.
Will hit league average.
People who didn't listen to the show and see our
what the Yankees tried
scouting.
to sell IKF as is what Nico Hoerner is.
And
I'd like
in
to
a position he likes to play.
maybe bleep out everything that was said at the last minute.
You're gonna bleep. We'll just bleep that whole.
Bleep all that out.
Or like maybe like
I totally forgot.
maybe
He's not a reference point for me.
maybe a light heart monitor noise. It's like a beep. I could just do it, I guess.
Yeah, it was good.
There it is.
Yeah. I want the defense to be good in the infield.
A lot of my childhood was at hospitals.
Ooh.
I too want the defense to be good.
And he is a better bat.
It's just scary because Belly, who profiles well, and for 1 year at Yankee Stadium, like, if you want to be a really obnoxious Yankee fan, Cody Bellinger has an MVP in the bag, so who doesn't? A couple moons ago, different players. Belly had 18 homers last year. Nico Hoerner has been under 10 the past 2 years. Our pop has a very scary risk of going down.
But that's where you can go get Santander.
For where?
If Belly plays first.
But then you have Santander in left? Like, that's...
Move Judge out there. I don't know. You got to get Pop somehow. Fighting Pop's going to be hard.
One of the three bats they bring in has to be like
I totally agree with that.
But I guess that's my fear with Hoerner. And again, it's second base, so it's not like there's a ton of guys walking around that are big-time homer options. I have been flirting with the idea of Brandon Lau from the Rays the past couple days because that is some of the best lefty pop available, and it's the Rays who are going to trade. They traded Jeffrey Springs because he was making the same amount of money. I guess I'm just nervous. Like, whoever you bring in at first base or, again, the open outfield spot, they have to really be a heavy hitter. And, there's a couple things that fit that mold. And, hey, maybe we're a new Yankees team that pitches and plays a lot of defense and we run. Like, Nico Hoerner had 31 stolen bases last year. Belly can run a little bit.
Pitching and defense, that's Bronx Bombers ball.
Yeah, but it's not. It's always been home runs.
Yeah.
All the good teams had a ton of lefties and switch hitters that hit a ton of home runs.
Okay, but bank on Wellesley finding summer quicker this year.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And Jazz.
Might sit once a series.
Understanding. Jazz understanding the porch better.
Right.
I think Yankees do.
Jazz
view
good.
Him as,
I want to say something.
Yeah.
Jazz good.
Yeah.
I think Yankees legitimately are like penciling in Jazz as like full year in the stadium. He's hitting 30 homers.
What's
Jazz? He hit like 20 something last.
Which would be great.
Yeah, and what's Jazz's like career homers? Around under 20 a year. So not a lot.
His 162 game average is 28, but Jazz had an injury history.
Yeah.
Previously to joining the Yankees, and like Belly gets banged up. So a
lot of guys have injury histories.
Something that like once a week this offseason I've got reminded of is Jazz like tore a UCL during the season last year. Or whatever the exact elbow injury was. And like everyone said
gonna
it's
have
fine,
pop.
but
If you believe in aliens,
he plays and if he's good,
I'm choosing to believe in him.
I mean, I'd like to, but again, we're talking
No, I fully understand. You can't bank on all of that. You need
Soto
to bring
hit
someone
second, and he got on base at a 420 clip and hit 40 homers.
I don't need to replace Soto's numbers with one guy. I need half of that with one guy because the pitching is going to be better. And hopefully the defense is better.
Right.
Dude, if Clay has an infield behind him,
Right.
they win 10 more games.
Right.
If Nico Hoerner is there with Volpe and Jazz
Right.
for all of Clay's starts,
said
or
Jazz?
all of Jazz's Clay's closers, sorry, he's a Mets starter now, then we have 10 more wins.
We do Jazz hands more?
Like, the defense really fucking failed him.
Big time.
Big time.
Big time. But so did the offense in the playoffs.
But that was all Judge.
In the playoffs?
Like, he failed them. Judge.
Oh.
If Judge was going, it's the same as
If
during
Judge
the regular
was
season.
going,
If
it's the same as
Judge,
regular
Soto,
season.
Stanton
Yeah.
be good.
Yeah, I mean, it's everything we've done.
Like,
The
Judge
AL
needs to be better in the playoffs, but that's a conversation for 10 months.
The AL was weak.
AL is getting weaker and weaker and weaker.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I saw someone like quote tweeted like, it's like, this is actually a very interesting phenomenon that I think if like Ken Burns does a documentary in 20 years on this, there might be like a great exodus of AL stars. It's very fucking crazy how many stars have left the AL in the last couple of years.
Right.
It's especially if like Bregman goes to an NL team. I don't know if I think he's going to go back to the Astros. That's my hunch as of right now. But yeah, it's an interesting article. Someone needs to piece it together.
Could be a Yankee.
I think you got to wait a couple years and then zoom in on it more.
Yeah.
But yeah, the NL is powerhouse
Good.
A lot of good teams in the NL.
and stars. Like, who are the stars of the American League? Like the box office billboard stars. Judge,
Devers.
Devers. Yeah,
Vladdy.
Kind of because he's on
Vladdy.
the Vlad, yes.
but Vladdy needs to
Team needs to get better.
get out of Toronto.
There you go.
Going to the NL.
You know, we like Americans here.
Bobby Witt Jr.
I'm saying
Yes.
Toronto does not get, for anyone, let me backtrack that. If you don't know the context there, Toronto does not get national games. They don't get Sunday night, Monday night, Saturday morning, because literally all of those stations
National.
chase national U.S. audience. So there's the context of that. Snide remark.
Mike Trout.
Was
Hmm.
never really box office. I mean, he was for baseball
Right.
fans, but he was never like doing what Ohtani or Judge or
Box
Soto do.
office baseball
I
is
don't like
a
the weather stuff.
tricky question. Weather stuff's crazy.
Like they lost Lindor a couple seasons ago, and that probably from there on, it's probably like if you are a big money star, you go to the NL. Besides
been-
Judge,
Soto for a year, and it wasn't his choice.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess the Red Sox stopped paying people. Central never paid people.
MLB would love for Julio to be a guy.
Snell just switched over. That's nice.
He was there. But yeah.
I said Fried just switched over.
Yeah, look at that.
Fried, but
Yeah,
he's
the box office part of it's pretty tricky because
yeah.
Well,
But I mean, if you
stay
count the
in
ones that
baseball.
went the other way, like
Right.
the marquee players for teams that went the other way, it's a lot. It's kind of crazy. Shane Bieber stays in the AL. Hell yeah.
Star.
I'm a motherfucking star.
Bah. I have some Bellinger clips at first base
Okay,
because this is a big question. Can he play first?
right,
Is that where we would?
Is that where
want
we
him
would
to
want
be?
him?
right,
You know, and I think that depends who is also in the infield with him.
sure.
So, a segment we've done a lot. I have some clips. We're gonna watch them and grade them.
That Bellinger Jazz right side of the infield smells like skunk.
Yeah. Mound
Realize what
visits
you
are going to be a lot different.
And that's okay. Need a break from the crowded stores and endless gift list? Restore your zen and embrace the natural power of hemp this holiday season with Via. Via is the only lifestyle hemp brand. They use compounds found in hemp along with active plant extracts to create products, each with a specific effect in mind. Their premium THCA flower helps us unwind after a long day of recording, while their Delta 9 gummies give the perfect boost of creativity when prepping for the next episode. This holiday season, gift yourself some peace of mind. If you're 21 plus, check out the link to Via in our description and use the code YANKS. You get 15% off. After you purchase, let them know where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you this holiday season. Enhance your everyday with Via, VIIA.
All right, we're gonna watch some Belly at first and see if he's our first baseman. I just pulled scoops he made and then ground balls hit to him. I didn't do fly balls because he's an outfielder. He can go get a fly ball.
We're assessing the first base play.
I did watch the fly ball. I watched the fly balls when he was at first to make sure there was no like crazy net play. There wasn't. They were all very just typical. So here we go. It's a bunt.
So fundamental.
Solid.
Strong.
That's solid.
Strong.
And I liked it. That was good.
That was nothing.
Ellie, he's fast. That play would have saved
Won us
them.
the World
Would have
Series.
won them the World Series.
Okay.
Would have won in Game 5 on that play.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's good.
I would have liked
Makes
to win
the
that
play.
game. Mark Leiter Jr.
Rosario. Oh, didn't make the scoop on that one.
It was a little in between.
Didn't really get down.
It was a little in between.
Didn't really
It's
get.
Tampa.
Didn't really get down.
It's Tampa.
Expected more from the turf, probably.
Makes the flip. Makes the flip.
Pitcher covers. Good stuff. So far, okay.
Looks like a first baseman. Would like to see a good scoop.
All right, here's a scoop.
Look like a scoop.
He's long. I like that.
Look like a scoop.
He's long. He's
Left-handed,
lefty, long, bad throw.
Means he catches with his right. It's a little tricky part of
Oh,
baseball.
Rizzo. The guy. I don't know if you can hear the audio. Bad hop.
Bad hop.
But Bellinger handles. I don't think it was that bad of a hop.
Rizzo wasn't busting it to first. Austin Wells?
Yankees led the league in groundouts to the right side. Okay, so he can go get it to his right.
Sure.
5 steps. He's there.
Jamison Tyone, former Yankee.
A lot of names.
Go look at Tyone's stats from last year. You'll like it.
Okay. Phillies. I like the aesthetic of this.
Oh,
Ooh, here's a
what
bunt
is
right
this?
to him. Oh! Did he get him? No. But that was a good effort. That effort wins him Game 5.
Garrett Stubbs drag bunt.
That effort wins him Game 5.
Easily. Kind of a weird hop.
That was a weird op, and he was very stiff.
Kind of a weird hop.
2 plays, he's remained a little stiff, a little up. But he hung with that. Assad, pitch arsenal. Nice. Schwarber, hot shot, slides,
down the
grabs
line.
it. Phil Cuzzy with the call at first.
That was nice.
Schwarbs carries his bat. That's how much he knew he was out.
Not a lot of speed these days.
Harper. Backhand, little pick. I mean, easy play. But he made it. This is better than we did with IKF, where we literally couldn't find a play.
We'll just
Bleep that, please.
Bleep that.
Use the sound that Jake made earlier. Schwarbs again. Hot shot. Right at him.
great hands.
Perfect positioning. He placed himself.
That wins them Game 5.
And last play. I hope he makes it.
Hodge.
Ellie again.
Okay, bounce one, Dansby.
Hey, best scoop of the day.
Scoop.
I like it. If you sign him, you do, like we said this, but he can be your first baseman. If the better opportunity is to get Pop in the outfield, which is probably true. Well, if you sign him and all those guys go away, and then you're like, hey, we think our best opportunity is like Walker on a short-term deal or
Right.
Goldie on a rejuvenation prospect
Goldie ring chasing.
or Alonso, then you can put Belly in the outfield. So
What was that last one?
dude, Alonso's
Really?
fucking weird. Because
Really?
have you seen Mets fans online?
I've seen Mets fans online.
happy for the Mets. Fucking Soto, dude, liked one of my Instagram posts the other day. I hate you, dude.
You're out.
I'm trying to hate you. I'm trying to be an
You're out the
irrational fan.
In the club, we all fam. You're out the club.
I'm trying to, like, when I'm a sports fan, I want to be 14 years old, and I want to just hate people for no reason. Wilson Betamete, I hate you.
Yeah.
I forget why, but I really didn't like
have
you.
to.
So Soto, I want to hate you, man. Don't go liking my Instagram posts. Bullshit.
Don't give us any of those tickets you get to the Mets games
Fuck.
or any of your mom's shopping budget.
What started this? Oh, so Mets fans are like, I saw like Reddit threads and Twitter. We can't let Alonso go to the Yanks. We got it. We can't let him go to the Yanks.
So now you want it.
And then I see Yankees fans saying the same fucking thing.
Don't want Alonso.
We don't want Alonso. Don't get Alonso. Don't get Alonso. Like, dude, go to Seattle, give them some pop, or
Get
go to
paid.
Minnesota, be where you are, and get out of here.
What's that?
I can't. I don't want them to get Alonso. And I think it's funny that Mets and Yankees fans are like so united on it
Yeah.
for two different reasons.
We'd have a lot of laughs next year.
I love Alonso. Like, I love watching him.
We'd have a
He's
lot of
as
laughs.
entertaining as Soto.
He's an
in
entertainer.
We
different
would
ways.
become about it. but-
Soto knows he's putting on a show. Alonso has no idea.
Alonso's kind of like...
Alonso's
showmanship is more so along the lines of being at an 8th grade dance and watching a guy go talk to his crush.
yeah.
It's that kind of entertainment. Like,
Yes.
whoa, this is... I'm scared for all parties, but this is kind of good.
Maybe we don't watch. Like, in between pitches at the home run derby when he's rapping to himself, everyone's thinking like, oh, maybe we don't watch this.
Right.
That seems like him time. That's what it is. Like, it seems like we're invading him
All
time.
right, camera three. Get off.
Walking around with a pumpkin, like, hey, is he in on it?
Oh
Is he
my
not?
God. Alonso and Cole.
Dude, I'd love Alonso.
Ah.
I'd love his personality. You just come on. You can't trade players and you get the worst player. It's
There
illegal.
would be
Yeah.
some good stuff about trading for him or trading for Devin Williams and signing
You need a lefty.
Alonso, same team.
Need lefties.
Need a new best lefty on the team.
We need lefties.
All right. We're going to talk about the bullpen after this. Grab your favorite team's jersey and some snacks and head to the couch for another Sunday of action-packed football and get even closer to the action each Sunday with our partners at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, all new customers who bet just $5 will get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins when you use code YANKS. And don't forget to stay in on the action and use your $150 in bonus bets on DraftKings same game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code YANKS. That's promo code YANKS only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Dun, dun, dun. Yankees made some bullpen moves. Devin Williams. I was back home when this happened, but I was on Australia time. I slumbered all day. And then I missed it. I didn't listen to you guys' episode because I've been busy, and I was kind of like stung. Like, I wasn't in the euphoria of it.
Right.
I didn't get the mix. So I'm kind of like, pfft. So I truly haven't really thought about this as much as I should have, or been excited, because I was so pissed that I was on an Australia time and like missed all the fun of it. Like, fuck that.
You mean when you texted me and Trev slept through everything today?
Yeah. I slept through everything. And I was up. Like, if it happened at
It wasn't really part of the conversation.
it happened at 1 a.m. to 5 a.m., I was there. No, 3 a.m. to 8 a.m., I was there. But then I slept from 8 to 5.
Yeah.
You sleep through everything. You sleep 8 to 5.
Slept through everything.
It sucked.
You slept
Katie
through
tried to wake me up. She said I yelled at her. I don't remember. She said I was like, no, I need to sleep. I don't remember doing that, but I did need to sleep.
You needed sleep.
I needed to sleep, yeah. Anyway, Devin Williams is very good. My mom asked me that night. She said, are you sad about Nestor? And I said, oh, I should be. I said, I wasn't. It's very odd, these episodes and my brain during the offseason, because all I am is hyper-focused on the offseason. Like with Max Fried, we did our episode, and then I like look, I was like, "Whoa, fuck, 8 years! Like that's a long time." I didn't even
Right.
process that. I was just like, for the offseason, this means this, and what's the next domino? And like these trades, I'm like, okay, this means this, and then what's the next domino in the offseason? That's where my brain is going. That I didn't really pull back and be like, yeah, okay, we should like. And I don't know if you guys did in the episode, like Nestor should get his claps, and like he should get his applause.
We ended with a soliloquy.
Yeah,
Did a good
and
5-10 on Ness.
and it was weird because something about his style, we always said, like, is this sustainable? Is this believable? I still don't know. And that's where I feel bad. It's kind of rude because he's like been nothing but a bulldog for the Yankees. Did what they said. They kind of fucked with him. Not his fault. I feel bad. So, yes, I hope Nestor goes and has a ton of success. Now, starting second baseman Caleb Durbin also fell in love with him for a day this offseason. So, and he fits that Sal Frelick and
Bryce
Terang mold so much that I hope he goes out there and has so much fun. I hope he is the bat-to-ball god. Like, if he becomes Altuve light, I'll be pissed that we didn't have a short king on the team.
Defensive speed, versatility.
Yeah. And so I hope he is good as well. But they needed top-end relief pitchers. I had them trading for closers. I didn't want them to get I didn't think paying big money for the closer was the right move. I thought trading, like in all of our offseason things, I was trying to get Halsey. Is that what I was trying to get? Helsley.
Halsey's
Great singer.
good in her own right.
Yeah. Good closer. Shouldn't open.
Good closer. Not anymore.
No, she's not open anymore. So Devin Williams is great and gross. So I'm excited. I'm excited to get a better walkout song. I do think that it's nice for the Weave Dog. I think he was great as the closer. I don't know if they've talked about this, if they've said Williams is the closer. I would guess he is. Weave Dog can go multiple innings. I like him as 7-8.
Right.
Williams 9. More. I know during the course of 162, it kind of gets fluid and things bounce around on availability.
This guy's out.
But going in with Weaver as a closer, I was like, I don't know, guys. Like, I love the Weave. I'm the biggest fan. But, kind of what you did with Clay, and then it backfired.
Yeah, I think the other thing
where he replaced Chapman, and you're like, who's the lead closer now?
I think the other thing it's
we'll
Devin.
Take him. He's going to start with
It's
the Mets.
Devin Williams. He's his Team USA's closer, one of the best closers in baseball, and for Luke Weaver, and more so the Yankees. The past couple years, they've had a multi-inning guy. They've had Mike Camp. They've had Chad Green.
It's been a lot of chatter about how the Yankees haven't officially announced the Max Fried signing. They officially announced it just now.
It's huge.
We didn't get to that part of the episode that was in there. Don't need to. Back to Devin Williams.
8 years. The Yankees, they've had really good success with the multi-inning guys, and they like having the ability to press that button when the rest of the bullpen's worn out. It's like their extra reset day. So, it's Devin Williams, and I think the conversation could stop there, but leaving Luke Weaver as flexible for finishing a game or getting 2.1 on a given day.
He can do it when Williams is down. Like, it's good.
Yeah.
And they have Devin Williams for, is it 2 years or 1 year?
It's one.
1 year.
Yeah.
$7 million. Re-sign him.
There's
if they want to.
He's a rare
track record.
He's a rare reliever that will get the qualifying offer, and so there's a chance you do just get him back if he takes that for a 1 year payday.
Yeah, wonder what he'd get on the market. I don't know what elite closers get these days. Who was the last elite?
See what Tanner Scott gets
or reliever.
Influence it.
It's Edwin. It's Hader.
What did Hader get?
Is he like 95?
Edwin's deal was
he was
nuts.
$595. Edwin, I think, is
just cleared 100.
Yeah,
102.
Williams is in that range.
He has a pitch that is just devastating, airbending changeup. It's awesome. It's gonna be fun to watch.
Yes,
it's gonna be really fun to watch. Had an expecting slug last year of 161 over the course of the season.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Over the course of his career, what does it have? I wonder if I can even do that.
He, some of the numbers are really cool. ERA in the ones the last 3 seasons.
48% whiff percentage.
His K rate was higher than it's ever been last year. since 2020. So, yeah, man, it's exciting because, dude, especially let's say
Extend him.
Luke Weaver
Who's
looks
his
like
agent?
Luke Weaver looks like Luke Weaver. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Like, games are done.
Well, that'd be nice.
Like, we haven't felt that.
And he's a strikeout pitcher.
I know a lot.
48% whiff percentage
Crazy strikeout number
on the chain. Yeah.
So, like, again, we sometimes got dramatic with Chapman, but Chapman does have a history of being erratic until he figures it out. Clay was a victim of himself, the Yankees, and the defense. That, like, there's going to be some games that are, like,
Hopefully.
open shut.
Yeah, hopefully. It just helps the bullpen. Like when I like going to the Fangraphs depth chart because they kind of lay it out. Sometimes I disagree with them, but it's just nice to see it.
Sure.
And just putting him on top and then putting Luke Weaver 2 helps a ton.
Oh, yeah.
There's still more to be done there. Because then you go Hamilton, Cousins, Leiter, Brubaker, Gomez, Clark.
Well, they did one other thing.
They did do one other thing. They brought in Jonathan Loaisiga, old Johnny Lasagna. A 1-year deal worth? Nobody knows. And then there's a team option for a year 2 worth? Nobody knows. Secret or lack of interest? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think I'm interested to see, is it incentive laden? We've seen the Yankees do that with a couple of relievers recently. You wonder where the conversations landed, and was there, there's a lot of conversation about who wants to be on the Yankees. I'd like to think Jonathan Loaisiga, a little bit of his interest, and I want to see the contract because there's internet rumors that it's around $5 million. If there's incentives to get there or however it gets there, I want to see that, obviously. But it felt like there was a lot of mutual, and whether that's just Johnny being familiar with the trainers, which is also a problem, but like Jonathan Loaisiga can be high end. I don't want to say shocked, but I was surprised.
I was very surprised.
I was surprised. Just I guess the Yankees and maybe what they were thinking is the high end of Johnny is really good, and you're not going to get a high end potential reliever of Jonathan Loaisiga's for the fake price I'm making up in my head that we got him for. And the Yankees feel like they have the ability, even if Johnny Lasagna gets hurt, that they can tap into relievers like they have in the past. That maybe that's the thought process. But I was surprised because, I mean, the 26-man roster and the 40-man roster, like, we've seen Johnny get hurt a lot now. And that's the number one indicator of future pitching injuries is past pitching injuries. So, I'm one of the bigger Johnny stands out there watching him and Mike King. I was like, wait, these guys have pitch mixes. Like, should they be starting? King, healthy. It's worked out. Although, remember when he kind of like broke his arm but bounced back? That's nice.
Flesh wound.
Johnny Laza, if he can be healthy next year, in theory, compared to what a reliever of his skill has, would be huge. But we've just seen him get hurt a lot.
Yeah, almost. Okay, he's expected to be back at the end of April. He's coming off of the surgery.
Elbow surgery.
UCL procedure. Did he get the futuristic Tommy John?
He got
Zach
the
Britton
internal
one?
brace procedure.
You want me to ask my...
Yeah.
You want me to ask?
You can ask. You can ask. I don't know if you get a response.
You know what I'm going to ask? It's the holidays.
I think that timeline, that like April day is like a get back on the mound for like rehab stuff, but you don't have to stretch out a reliever. So I don't know when like
you know what?
Will return.
Were you here for my Matt Blake convo?
No, you talked with Blakey?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
There's some DMs.
I sent him a message about the Max Fried meeting because there was something that didn't pass the sniff test.
It was that the Yankees had like 9 different people in it, so we wanted to ask Matt Blake.
The Yankees had 9 representatives at the Zoom. Max Fried wasn't there by himself.
He wasn't there?
Max Fried was there, but I'm sure
like
his agent and like whoever
manager.
else. So, and all these people are separate. It's the off season. So I was like, wait, there was a Zoom with like 16 people.
Boxes.
So I asked Matt Blake. I told him happy holidays.
Happy holidays, yeah.
And I said, I'm not actually trying to pry for information, but the Zoom sounds hilarious. Was everyone on their own Zoom? Were there 16 different boxes? Thanks, Matt Blake. See you soon. He said, crying face, and then he said, Brady Bunch style.
Well, that's 9.
So,
So you need even more.
so
Is that 9?
Brady Bunch is 9, yeah.
Alice.
So I'll ask
Yeah,
Chris him
Alice
on.
in the middle.
And this will be cool. This will be a good step for us because I'm inquiring about like the industry.
Dude, they gotta stop with that. They can't be doing Zooms.
I mean, they got Max Fried.
Devin
Yeah,
Williams
that had to
is having
suck.
his press conference today. It's a Zoom.
Oh, grow up. Dude, Zooms with
Do I say, hey, Doc?
more than 4 people are awful.
Let us know in the chat if we should say. Hey,
Yes,
Doc.
you should say hey doc, lowercase.
Hey, Doc. I'm not going lowercase. No
That's
way.
cordial.
No way.
That's informal.
That's a block.
That's fun.
Hey, Doc. Did Johnny...
Wait, who did
Loaisiga
Loaisiga's surgery?
get the... Oh, shit.
Because you might be,
Yeah. Thanks for looking this up.
He did it.
Okay. Did Johnny Loaisiga get the futuristic... Do I say futuristic Tommy John surgery?
Say whatever you want.
It's called the internal brace
Call it.
procedure.
Did he get that new Tommy John? Say that.
That new Tommy
Yeah.
John?
No, don't say new. Because
That wet?
that would be lowercase.
That wet Tommy John?
That'd be lowercase.
Johnny
If
Loaisiga
it,
get the
wet.
futuristic Tommy John surgery. Hey, happy holidays.
I'm not trying to pry. That should be your fucking
I'm not trying
intro.
to pry for actual information.
I'm not trying to
Hey.
pry for actual information.
But I am from him.
This one kind of.
I am trying to pry.
Yeah,
Some
but
kinda is, and there's
then you're just
laws.
on the beat, dude. You're just a beat.
Me and
you're-
Chris are working through.
If you ask him too cordially, too uppercase, then you are like not allowed to cheer.
There's
In
no
the,
such thing as two
You're
uppercase.
not allowed to cheer in the box. Yes, there
uppercase.
is. There's
That's just yelling at a certain
yelling.
point.
Yeah.
Lowercase Doc. Come on.
Yeah, this sheet, I don't know if you guys know about this sheet. You do if you've listened a lot. There's a Google sheet that's public access, all the Tommy Johns that have ever happened to people and their return date and who did the surgery. If I like made a chart of like return time and performance and then like organized it by doctor and then just tweeted it from like, I'm Tommy John,
That's fighting
Tommy
words.
John's beat guy.
That's literally fighting words on the streets.
Do you know Steven Grislow? Have you heard of him? Because he's been punching people up. He did Jeremiah Estrada. Imagine being like a doctor trying to get in the Tommy John game.
I'm like so not.
Grislow's in there. He's Keith Meister. I haven't heard of him. He's been doing a lot.
I've heard of
he's
Meister.
the new.
Meister.
Oh,
Meister's-
dude,
I think he's the new
Meister's
most
been
common one.
busy.
Meister's the guy.
Meister did a lot this year.
Yeah.
Meister's the new guy.
Neil Elitros. Oh, dude. Meister just the guy.
Meister's the guy.
That's nuts how many Meister's done this year.
Well, I think what it is like Elitrash is sitting on top.
Be careful how you're saying that. I know you're an Ahmad fan, but like be careful.
Neil,
He's the good news doc.
he's like on top. Like he's already made it to the pinnacle.
He's like no, you don't need surgery.
Meister's working his way.
Meister's
He
plus
wants
He
to
had his
join.
breakout season.
He wants to join the Ahmads
Now-
and the Atrashes.
Now, I don't
and-
want this on record because it's rude and wrong and something no one should say. But I think
horrible
if
introduction.
Cole got his second opinion from Meister,
Right.
I think Scapel's out after
yeah.
5 minutes. This guy loves cutting people up.
Definitely. He's hot. He's trying to get his street cred up.
Yeah. Yeah,
Cole would be his best pelt on his wall.
You think he keeps like skin patches?
I didn't say that.
You said pelt.
I think it would be like he would be like, I'm about to do Garrett Cole, and he's about to win 2 more Cy Youngs, and that's the pelt, not like his actual skin.
Okay. Now, how do you spell Loaisiga? Because I've botched it a bunch of times.
Loaisiga.
Loais. Not coming up. Fuckers.
Loaisiga.
What did I do? Oh, do they not him as? Maybe they don't have him as MLB. That'd be fucked up.
I mean, I
I
asked
feel like he's got to be.
the good doc, so we'll see. Maybe it's something. Maybe
We're
this
gonna-
futuristic one's not on there.
I think they mark who gets the internal brace and who doesn't on that sheet.
No, but I just organized it.
Go by date and go to last April.
Yeah, I just tried to weed out the minor leaguers. It was April.
Yeah.
Why did he? I had him on here. Dude, what's going on? I think they don't have him as MLB. They have him as A-ball. Oh, that was
He's under.
That was 2016.
That was his first one. That was his first one.
He's on the tab that's UCL internal brace. If you look at the bottom,
this tab's awesome.
Spencer Strider.
Shout out at
Sandoval.
MLB Player Analyst. That's who made this sheet. Okay, so he's there.
And he got Meistered.
Ah, Meister Raymond.
Wow, so Ahmad did his first one. I gave you bad intel there.
Shit.
That sucks. I'm so sorry.
What the fuck, man?
I didn't know about the other tab. This dude might not do Ahmad might not do the new ones. Meister's all over the new ones too. Looks like George Paletta was the first doctor to do the new ones.
Right.
He kind of reinvented it. Now he doesn't do them anymore. Telling? I don't know. All right, so I'm going to find a pitcher that got the new one and their recovery time. That was my whole fucking
That was the
plan.
whole, okay.
But they don't have position here.
Did Drew Rasmussen come back last year?
Zach Britton took him 13 months, but I think it,
He
but he got it in September, so that's like an off-season situation.
Rasmussen came back last year.
He got it July 24th of 23.
The new one is all position players. Trevor Story, Brandon Donovan, Eli
Giolito
White,
got it last
Garrett
year.
Cooper.
Rasmussen came back in August.
So that's 13 months. He got it end of July, 24th.
Kyle Marman, college player, 14 months for him, but that could be seasonal based.
Kyle Marman?
Yeah. He got it in April. I'm not seeing any quick recoveries. Danny Santana?
Position player, right?
Yeah. Reese Hoskins, 6 months. Danny Santana, 8 months. So,
I mean, by April, it's 12
a year.
months, right?
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
It becomes a curious game of because he's kind of on the bubble of like, ooh, does he end up 60 day one of spring training for the roster spot? And they just tell him to slow play because it's his second.
And there's always a setback.
definitely should.
There's always a setback in recovery. I don't know how far along he is, but like my main thing I wanted to get is like, okay, this is cool. I am not banking on this for anything because I think if Loaisiga comes back and is good, he's got to be babied. He can't be a multi-inning guy. He can't be a back-to-back guy for a couple months. He's going to be like, he gets an inning, and then he gets 2 days off, and then he gets an inning, and then he gets 2 days off.
We'll see you once a
inning,
series.
and then he gets 2 days off.
Yeah, but again, I think there's like a side effect of future baseball that the high leverage, good arms in the bullpen, it's a little bit worth that risk.
Yeah. Joe Torium.
Like if Jonathan, hey, maybe we need to get our Yankees lenses on a little bit. If Jonathan Loaisiga is available for the postseason, looks like Jonathan Loaisiga, like the signing's worth it.
Yes, depending on who the defense is.
But he needs to be available.
Because I like strikeout guys in the bullpen.
And it does, partially to transition us to some of these rumors, it does seem like the Yankees are prioritizing infield defense based on all the rumors we hear about different infielders they might be going after.
Yeah, I guess I've started to partially, you guys know I've liked Jazz at third, and I think he can play third. But, even like daydreaming about Bregman, like how good the infield could be with Bregman, Volpe, Jazz, it's like, that's like an actual team identity change. Like Jazz at third, I like the high-level plays, but I don't know what he is over 162.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, I assume it'll be even better with, like, full offseason to prepare and it not being
Have they
brand
talked about
new.
Jazz in the outfield at all? Because remember, this guy can also go be your center fielder.
And I would assume could be the left fielder if it came to it.
Yeah.
No, the Yankees don't leave options open like that.
Jazz and Belly would be nice. Oh, except for Oswaldo Cabrera, who can't get a starting gig because, well, then we'd limit him elsewhere.
That was
Like you've done to everyone else in your whole career?
That was one of my weird, angry after World Series days when I was like, wait, Jazz could have played left field. And I was just like, whatever.
Well, yeah, we did that a lot. Oswaldo could have played the infield, Jazz could have played outfield, and you had like more stuff going on.
Wasn't on the table.
No.
Tableless.
I
Jazz probably hates the outfield, though.
don't
A
know.
lot of dead time.
Yes. Do you like being
No.
alone with your thoughts, or do you not? I don't like in men's league softball.
I think Jazz does like being alone with his thoughts, but I think that's away from the game.
I think he was so smiley in the infield
Yeah, he's having a
and
blast.
like talking to the umpires, talking with
Yeah.
fans.
I think
You're
infield
isolated
there's so
in the
much
outfield.
going on.
Yeah.
that, like it locks him in. Like some guys, like get in the outfield, you literally get bored.
Dude, the Christian Walker rumors, and we'll pivot now to just
Pivot.
rumors and hearsay. The Christian Walker rumors kind of weirded me out.
Okay. Talk about
Yes.
Hot, cold. Suddenly no interest at all. Kevin Nealon.
it. Someone will get that.
The Yankees and Walker were rumored to be very close on a 3-year deal.
There was a Twitter night that it got hot.
Hot.
Yeah.
Sherman and Curry reported the Yankees have cooled their talks since that night, though. There's some hesitancy in the Yankees camp to sign a second qualifying offer free agent after signing Fried because they lose 2 draft picks. Yeah.
It's like that's fine if that's
Was
like
that a one or
policy.
the other thing? Like, were they both hot, very similar time frames, and then Fried got signed first, so then they cooled
It wa-
off over there?
It was like firmly the night, like after, like I got home from the Max Fried episode on this, and then Christian Walker got very hot on Twitter.
The
So assuming that's true to real life,
Yeah, or maybe
Like-
like Tucker got hotter, and that's a more interesting first move, or maybe now Bellinger's the priority.
The 2 free agents that looked like they were going to sign at winter meetings that did not were Christian Walker and Alex Bregman. And I do think they're slightly connected.
Who's Christian Walker's agent?
Question.
Because Bregman is Boris.
Christian Walker is with Martini Sports Management.
Good for him.
So they got to get this right.
Washington Nationals predicted to sign Christian Walker. Is that a real thing?
they seem to have
They're
at
one of
least
the rumored
one
teams, yeah.
free agent move in them this offseason. They have a young core, so spend a little money on a good vet.
What was the agency you just said?
Martini Sports Management.
How you spelling Martini?
One way.
Website I'm looking at says he's CAA, but sometimes these sites aren't completely up to date, so I don't know which one it is.
Clients. Martini Sports Management. Baseball clients. Derek Holland. Zealous Wheeler. Old friend.
Mm-hmm.
I think that has to be an old. They look like a minor league. All their pictures are young guys.
Okay.
That would have been nice because then it's like their only case. Maybe it would have been bad because they drag it out then.
Right.
What domino needs to fall in baseball world? What are you and Trev talking about talking baseball? Like, Soto obviously needed to happen, right?
Right.
Like, if you're Boris, are you doing Alonso and Bregman right now? Does he have pitchers he needs to get done? Who's waiting for a move? Is Belly the holdup right now?
Corbin Burns is still a free agent.
Oh, yes.
Max Fried kind of got more than expected. Burns is supposed to be the top dog. I think there's an argument.
Burns probably wants higher AAV, and because Fried was like, I'll take the years for the lower AAV.
You'd think, but you never know what Burns or Boris are fully going for, because it was expected that Burns would get more from him this offseason. I think the rest of the hitters are just playing a game of chicken. Like Christian Walker and Pete Alonso are very much off of each other, and then Carlos Santana after that.
Are Profar and Anthony Santander, like, are they two peas in a pod in a way?
I think Profar nobody knows what to do with because he has an outlier breakout year at 30 after being the top
Teoscar,
prospect.
Santander,
I think
Profar.
Teoscar and
Teoscar and
Santander
Santander are probably playing off
definitely
each other.
connected.
Christian Walker and Carlos Santana probably need to wait for, or Carlos
Alonso.
Santana and Goldschmidt need to wait for
Alonso.
Alonso,
and
then
Walker to
Walker.
go.
So that's the first baseman. Walker might be waiting for Alonso to go.
Yeah. Or it could, if it goes long enough, it can start reversing that teams
Yeah.
are like, screw it, give me Paul Goldschmidt for 1 year.
Hassan Kim?
Ha-Sung Kim. He's kind of on an island.
Because he's also missing half the year.
Glaber's a Red Sox.
Or a Blue Jay?
Or an Angel.
Blue Jays. It's traded for Jimenez.
I know,
That's
and he's a
true.
Red Sox, and Glaber's a Blue Jay. In my head, when I picture them,
I don't think so.
I picture Jimenez in a Red Sox jersey when I picture him.
Maybe Bichette's a Red Sox.
I don't picture that.
I think they might trade Bichette because there's no reason to pay Jimenez as much money as he gets. We're going to do an AL East recap at some point.
So the
see that
hitters
happening.
market still has a lot of Boris Klug
Boris Klug.
because he's got Burns. Or sorry, the hitters. He's got Alonso and he's got Bregman, and they kind of dictate the rest of how it falls. And Boris likes to take his time when he's in those moments.
Yeah, once
Well,
we're out of winter meetings.
Yeah, I think that's the
environment.
thing. I think it's, hey, winter meetings, we're here, things are hot to trot, and now it's everyone's on their own accord. Let's hear more trade offers. Let's hear the different ways we want to go with it. So, yeah, my heart is going to be open to Christian Walker if he's on a Yankee. I'm a little skeptical of the age after what we've seen the past couple years.
I agree with you there.
Um,
That's true. There's a decline.
That
There's some underlying
hey.
stuff that didn't affect his results, but
Guys-
would be real signs of age.
guys played some great baseball both ways, and yeah, I don't know. You just wonder for the price tag you're gonna potentially give Christian Walker, like Yandy Diaz in Tampa or Brandon Lau again. Like you probably don't have to give necessarily your A prospects to get them. Nathaniel Lowe, there's been trade rumors around him. I've wanted to go low and low on the right.
So
side
that
of the
speaking
infield.
of that, of Lowe, who else is out there? Not to derail us longer,
Right.
but to a final thought. Maybe we do this deeper.
Jerry's final
if
thought.
they don't get Bellinger,
Right.
they have trade ammo remaining.
Sure.
Where do they pivot? Is there a position player? Because you also talk about the age thing, trying to get someone that has 2 years. Is there a guy like Below that Below? Sorry,
Thank you.
Be Loud. You're Brandon Lau. That's how I remember it in my head, even though I just got it wrong. Is there other guys like that in the infield or outfield on a team that would part from them?
I mean, the names that come to mind first, Brandon Lau from the Rays and Yandy Diaz from the Rays, like they're
Both 2 years and Rays expensive, Yankees kind of not expensive.
team
price
options.
points.
The way they would shop for prospects is usually kind of more of a grab bag because
And that's the way the
that's
Yankees
what they
buy
look
guys.
for. Nathaniel Lowe on the Rangers, he was rumored to get traded, and they just traded for Jake Berger, who doesn't necessarily have a spot and can play first base. So if that guy's on the table, I would be very interested. Feels like he could tick up at the stadium, and his stats are like really consistent and really good year over year.
Name him.
Nathaniel Lowe.
All his stats.
I was looking last night because I texted you guys. I got Jazzy, and
goddamn, just
he's been like a 120 OPS plus, like since he's been in Texas.
And he's a 2 years left guy, unlike a Josh Naylor who's out there who would also be a rental.
Naylor's another guy that's rumored. It just kind of feels weird, like
Nobody
I
wants to think
haven't
about
put
him on
stock
another
into that
team.
once.
Right?
I don't know, and I don't know why. And I'm not saying I'm correct in that thought process,
Right.
but I just like literally have not put stock in that. I'm like,
His
oh, no.
brother-
Literally
on
just
the
haven't
team.
thought about it.
Yeah,
he's on the team with his brother.
is Nathaniel's brother? Where's he playing?
Tampa.
They were together there.
They split him up.
I am trying to find Boris's clients.
Boris.
You would think I could find a article of that. There's a Jim Bowden YouTube video, but I can't watch that right now.
America's GM, Jim Bowden.
We love Jim Bowden.
I did open an article, and the picture of Boris on the front is just
Gotcha.
it's so hot that
Okay.
I needed to share it with you.
He's full hot.
He looks like just such a hot college.
He loves how he looks.
It looks like a hot college AD or something like that.
Okay.
Ooh.
Which he would say that's an insult. He's basically an MLB AD.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a hot picture.
No, he looks.
Jarringly, just like, whoa, he loves this pick.
You know,
If an article posts a picture and it's not this, he Kardashians them and
Do you
says,
know-
take that down.
do you
Post
know-
this one.
who he
Why
looks
isn't it this picture?
exactly like. I've always had a little bit of doppelganger to me. Let me see if I can find a picture of them wearing sunglasses. Oh, this is awesome. Let's see if I can get a big picture. He looks exactly like, I guess, former college head coach Les Miles. I mean, almost to an unreal degree. I'm trying to get this is the best picture I could get for now, but.
Well, that's Les Miles.
That's Les Miles.
They do
You
look
had to
alike.
ask.
They do look alike. I Googled Les Miles Scott Boras, Google Images, see if anyone's talked about this.
We might have found some here.
There's nothing comes popping up. Les Miles Scott Boras looks like, whenever I have this, I see, has anyone else Googled this before? And this one article from 2013 comes up. So I don't know.
Okay.
Especially
Looks like
get
you're
that
under
little
it.
side angle.
That side angle was spot on. They had glasses and kind of like the fake thin hair, but
Okay.
Both feel good about it.
the hot article that I did just have up listed Alonzo Bregman, Burns, and left-hander Sean Manaea.
Oh, Manaea's there too. Huh?
And that's all. But he's got to have more than that, you would think. Who's going to get Burns?
Soto got taken care of.
I don't know.
Some NL team.
The current betting favorite is the San Francisco Giants, I think. But
Ooh, they should.
they're the current hottest team about it. But again, that's out 3 days ago. That was real hot. I don't know.
The Orioles did sign their ace last night.
Who'd they get?
Sugano.
Oh, I saw one article that was like, if there's any Japanese pitcher that's ready to face the AL East, it's this guy we haven't talked about at all.
35 years old, I think.
All the other pitchers that are on the market coming over from Japan that we've talked about a ton,
Right.
not them. It's this guy who you've never heard of. Not knocking the player, knocking
Right.
that specific tweet that I read.
That
It's like,
one tweet.
oh, well, how come you've never mentioned him
Yeah.
in our whole lives?
1 year, 13 mil.
Good for him. I love him. Tanaka also signed. Happy birthday. See you guys later. Go Yanks. Tell him, Grams.
Go Yankees.